mean, it gets scary.
Right. And just one more quick thing, and I'll let you go. You mentioned earlier about cigarettes, and, in the 1920s, they also gave women the right to vote, and that was one way of them of getting them to. It was through their power, their right, their newfound freedom to choose, that they could now choose to smoke, and that this was now socially acceptable, given this quote unquote power. And it was just another way to use that. So,
well, Rousseau talks about feminist movement being funded by the Rockefellers really just to create twice the tax money. They felt like there was a whole half of the population that they were not taxing yet, and they weren't getting revenue from, and it was women. So they start this women's lib movement. It's shocking, but true. It's unbelievable. Thank you for the call. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. The call line is 866-582-9933. Let's go to Mark in Kansas. Mark, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hello. Hey, Jason. It's an honor to finally talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I called because we've been awakened for a couple of years now, and my first show was watching 9/11, the rise of the police state, and that was just very moving. Ever since then, my wife and I have just been all over, staying on top of everything, reading everything on Infowars, watch as much as we can. Matter of fact, I just became a member on Prison Planet so I could watch.
Excellent.
But we've been hit pretty hard by them down here because I'm one of the thousands that are unemployed now.
Well, let's talk about that on the other side, Mark. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas. The call line is 866-582-9933. Back after this, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv. All right, folks, we are back. We're going to go back to Mark in Kansas in just a moment, but I got to pay the bills here, too. So I'd like to thank my final sponsor of the day. Without them, this show would just not be possible, and I thank all my sponsors out there because, that's why we have 3 hours of television and radio from 9 to midnight here Central Time. It's survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com. You can give them a call at 877-327-0365, 877-327-0365. These are the real deal heirloom seeds, the ones that are actually full of nutritious and delicious. This is your non-GMO seed bank. You want a little victory garden. This is the way to get started. You want some storable foods just in case. This is another way to have a backup or insurance plan. It's survivalseedbank.com, 877-327-0365. All right, Mark, what else you got for me, my friend? Times are tough, I understand.
Yeah. Actually, like I was saying, they're kind of hitting us hard. It's kind of interesting. The last week or so, ever since I became a Prison Planet member, I mean, it's probably totally coincidental, but our whole internet in this whole area, our provider has gone down a couple days in this past week where there's absolutely no internet anywhere in our town at all. So
what do you got, like Comcast? Something terrible?
We have, it used to be owned by Sprint, and now it's called Embark.
Sounds low level, my friend. I got to tell you, although I don't like Time Warner and I don't like Ted Turner's Face or AOL for that matter, Time Warner is the stuff. It's the stuff dreams are made of. You got some heavy hitters over there, some great bandwidth, and really, right here in Austin, I think we've got Time Warner, right? Pretty sure we got it in the office. It's not bad, and then even in New York, yeah, that sucks. Third party providers are always terrible. That is beat. I'm wondering what movies, you said you started out with martial law and 9/11. What movies have you downloaded now that you're a PrisonPlanet.tv subscriber?
Well, that's been a problem. I can't seem to download any.
Not yet? Just because the internet's down?
I've tried. They keep popping up with some weird message saying, about this player, but it doesn't ever give me any.
All right, this is what you want to do.
options.
I'll tell you what you want to do. Instead of just clicking on it and saying, because it's asking you what player to open in it, right? Right-click it, save target as, okay? You right-click the link, save target as, and then you'll be able to open it in Windows Media Player or QuickTime, depending if you get the MOV file or the WMV file. You get the WMV, it's going to play in Windows Media Player. There are some out there, some of the latest ones like Fabled Enemies, Obama Deception, that you can get in DivX, and those will play on certain DVD players. Those are obviously the most optimal ones. But just make sure when you're going to the download page, you right-click and you save target as, and that way you won't have that opening and you won't have to wait to watch it. What's happening probably is you're clicking on a player to play it, You click on that, and then it's a huge file. It's a 700 to 1.5 gig file, so it won't start for 20 to 30 minutes, and that's why you don't think it's actually happening. Right-click, save target as, then 20 to 30 minutes later, you'll be able to watch the whole movie, no problem, no interruptions. I thank you for the call, Mark. I hope I was of service to you. Let's go to the other Mark in Wisconsin. Mark, you're on the line.
Hey, Jason. I actually wanted to make a comment. I wasn't even going to call in tonight. I was going to kind of take the night off, so to speak, and just listen. But once you mentioned head PE, I had to call in.
Okay.
I actually called in and told you about them, I don't know, some months ago, like real near when your show first started. But I actually got cut off and ended up being too short of a call because we went through the break. But point is that, yeah, I actually was about a millimeter away from being kicked out of a head PE show for handing out the Obama deception.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God, I wrote an article on my MySpace blog. I'm actually kind of surprised because you said, you're like, I'm sure you don't read everybody's everything, so in a way I'm not surprised.
No, you know what? I heard that Jared, the lead singer, is a big Obama supporter and just hasn't gotten past that blind spot yet. I've actually talked to him personally.
Yeah.
Over the summer.
As a matter of fact, he went as far as to say to me that, by not supporting Obama being the first black president, that I'm causing much more harm than I could be doing good. And I mentioned We Are Change and that I was getting a chapter. That started in Oshkosh, and he seemed to not know really who We Are Change was and or be completely apathetic about it. I don't know if that's just because...
You know what? Jared's also into some of the extravagant stuff, too. First of all, he's a rock star first and foremost, but he talks about things like Planet X and the reptile race, maybe even a little TVA fakery thrown in there, you know what I'm saying? But, at the same time, he's also reaching youth. I really liked Stay Ready. I thought Renegade on the new album was pretty badass. It's a double album, and they are musically talented. Like I said, I'm not trying to preach to the choir. I'm trying to bring people in, but I do appreciate your concern. That is crazy, almost getting kicked out for handing out the Obama deception. Appreciate the call, Mark. We're going to go to Willow and more on the other side, 866-582-9933.